So YouTube family, Shedeur Sanders finally responds to the limited reps his head coach of the Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski, is giving him.
All of us keep getting asked the same question, and none of us had the answer, so maybe you could give us the answer. Why aren't you getting any reps with the ones at any point?
I don't think that's not my place, to answer, to even be able to give the answer to that. I feel like it's not in my control. So I'm not even going to think about that or have that even in my thought process of why it is. Like, there's a lot of people that want to have the opportunity to be at this level, and I'm here, and I'm thankful to have the opportunity. So whenever that is, it is. But it doesn't make me feel down, or it doesn't make me feel left out or anything, because I know who I am as a person, I know who I am as an individual, and I know what I could bring to this team. So I can never feel less than, in any circumstance.
All of us keep getting asked the same question, and none of us had the answer.
Well, he handled it. He was consistent and concise in what he said about the limited reps. Let's talk about it together. Smash that like button, hit the notification bell, like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm your guy, DJ BlessOne, the best one. Let's start the show.
I've been broke so many times, I don't know what to believe. Mama say it's my fault, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Niggas bless up on my...
So as you guys see, Shedeur finally responds to the back and forth of what people had to say with him not receiving a lot of reps that was owed to him, that was due to him. Now let's start this the right way. What up, family? BlessOne's been telling you about this for a minute now, pertaining to the situation in question with one of the greatest quarterback we've seen in the college football in quite a while. To the ability that makes you great is to take something that someone else trash and you make it a formidable adversary. And that's what happened with Colorado Buffaloes. That's what happened with Jackson State. But these things get withered away. So let's talk about it. Today, we need to look at Shedeur Sanders, once again proving why he's built different. The young man took the high road when he was asked a bait question about from a reporter from Cleveland, basically poking at him for the limited reps he was receiving. And the Cleveland Browns really should be accountable for that. Now, instead of snapping back or making headlines with dramatic answers, Shedeur took the high road, calm, confident, professional. That's how you handle pressure. That's how you show leadership. Now, let's talk about the reporter. Let's get back to that video a little bit, because I'm going to show receipts all through this video to cement the point that they're using Shedeur for obvious reasons of relevancy, and for the fact that I've been exposing D. Haslam and Jimmy Haslam for getting ready in the next 2 to 3 years to sell the franchise of the Cleveland Browns. But listen to how the reporter tried to bait him once again. Listen.
All of us keep getting asked the same question, and none of us had the answer, so maybe you could give us the answer. Why aren't you getting any reps with the ones at any point?
I don't think that's not my place, to answer, to even be able to give the answer to that. I feel like it's not in my control. So I'm not even going to think about that or have that even in my thought process of why it is. Like, there's a lot of people that want to have the opportunity to be at this level, and I'm here, and I'm thankful to have the opportunity. So whenever that is, it is. But it doesn't make me feel down, or it doesn't make me feel left out or anything, because I know who I am as a person. I know who I am as an individual.
The fact that Shedeur had a ready-made answer tells you he was raised properly. He knows how to adjust to any kind of media, no matter what's thrown at him, because they try to question the young brother's IQ as well. Now, speaking of question, the question and response, let's get into that. Now, let's talk about the reporter. Well, that reporter. They knew what they were doing. They were fishing for controversy. They wanted Shedeur to lash out, to give them a quote that could be twisted into a headline like rookie quarterback frustrated with the Browns coaching staff. You know what I mean? But Shedeur didn't bite. He stood tall, bold, and said he's focused on learning, growing, and being prepared when his number is called. He said this rather than being the typical young quarterback who would obviously throw a tantrum and outlash, words towards the teammates, coaches, or whatever. He's been cool, calm, composed, and collected. The opposite of what they tried to tell you guys about Shedeur Sanders. Now let's fast forward. Speaking of the giants in the NFL, of that league that we call Plantation League, what Shedeur exhibited was maturity. That's what NFL legends are made of. And instead of throwing shade, Shedeur let the composure do all the talking. That's a message to the locker room and the league. Now, we're going to bring up Kevin Stefanski, but a lot of the Cleveland media have been saying Shedeur is not good enough and Dillon Gabriel is better. I want you guys to look at this highlight and you tell me if Dillon Gabriel has been performing better as the third-round pick, and never negate the fact that Madden football, you hear what I'm trying to tell you guys? Madden football, of all things, are the ones out here rating Dillon Gabriel a 66. He's 2 rounds over Shedeur, and he's rated a 66. Shedeur won over him. But you guys keep telling us all this crap about Dillon Gabriel. Now, tell me in this highlight, is Dillon Gabriel the better choice? Look at this. Can't make this up. The kid is abysmal, man. What are we watching here? So interceptions after interceptions is the key route and where we take this, huh? This guy can't even see over his 6'8" lineman. Hell, he can't see over 6'5" linemen. How can he convert it in an actual game when he's struggling in practice, but the media is negating that part? For some reason, they don't show any of these highlights, but they'll let you know Shedeur threw an interception today, even though it came after 7 consecutive starts. He didn't have any and finally threw one. But look at Dillon. This is all through all their camps and OTAs. The interception king. This is his touchdown. That's his touchdown, where the receiver took it to the house through the yak yards. And let's look at this. I could show you longer, but we're not talking. We'll do that on a separate video. Look at this. And what's scary about this highlight, that's a 3-minute highlight video of Dillon Gabriel throwing interceptions. I'm not about to waste this good video and showing you 3-minute highlights of his interceptions. I'm not messy, but I am petty. And since I'm petty, we'll do that on a separate video that will be uploaded right after this. In the meanwhile, let's look at Shedeur in comparisons and contrast. Let's look at what Shedeur did. Who's the better quarterback? Okay. Better in every way. In every way. Now, it could be subjective. I understand that. It's football. But what's not subjective is who's been performing better. You can say Dillon is way better than Shedeur because you believed in him through his 200 years in NCAA college football. He didn't leave because he was not good enough. But anyways, meanwhile, Shedeur stayed an extra year to help out his pops. Facts. Good son, good father. But as you're seeing the fluid throwing mechanics, yes, you think Shedeur don't have a good arm until he throws a volley and then he throws one of those long balls down the field and it's accurate. A lot of quarterbacks got strong arms. Hell, maybe even Dillon Gabriel has a strong arm. What does strong arms lead to in the NFL? Go ask Anthony Richardson on his journey with the Indianapolis Colts. Even Joe Flacco started over him, who's now playing with Shedeur Sanders. So don't let that go over your head. What I'm trying to tell you is strong arm means nothing if up the shoulders doesn't have the IQ, the frame, the composure, the intestinal fortitude. That's every trait that Shedeur possesses, every trait that they told us about what makes a worthy quarterback. And for some reason, all these things are obsolete now. All these things are not talked about anymore. You're now discredited if you're the typical leading pro style pocket awareness quarterback. Now, all of a sudden, the pro athlete is a great quarterback of them all. They move the goalposts, y'all. Who is they? Whoever is they, that is. But getting backlash messages and after messages of people telling me I'm doing a good job. Good job, BlessOne. And I respect that. I like that. But I need everybody. And content creators, you all are doing a great job too. You're doing exceptional. But we have to put a stop to this nonsensical farce. Now let's go more to Kevin Stefanski. He's sabotaging Shedeur. But behind the scenes, let's be real. Kevin Stefanski has been sabotaging this young man from day one. It's not even subtle anymore. You know what I mean? The reps are going to Kenny Pickett, a guy who's already so-called proven that he's mid as best, like he's a mid quarterback. Then there's Dillon Gabriel, who Stefanski loves, even though Shedeur football IQ, poise, and accuracy are clearly on another level compared to Dillon Gabriel, the scrub. Let's just be honest. Kevin Stefanski playing politics instead of putting the best talent on the field, and it's hurting the franchise long term, bruh. It's letting you know that Kevin and the GM, Andrew Berry, and Jimmy Haslam and D. Haslam, and let's just be real, the media pundits and a lot of the fan base, they don't care about wins. They just really don't. Let's just be honest. Now, ownership and GM politics is what's messing up the team. Let's be clear. I reference Andrew Berry a lot, and people are going to say, bro, you coming at another brother. He's your brother. He's not my brother. He's still going to be melanated, but he's not my family, and I stand that way. Every group of people around the world feels some way about their Benedict Arnolds, and Andrew Berry, the GM, doesn't have real control. He's being used as a puppet by the Browns owner, Jimmy Haslam. It wasn't Berry's idea to bring in Shedeur Sanders. That move came from pressure from the business minds. You get it? From marketing experts who talk to these wealthy dudes who saw Shedeur's value. That's what the reason was for them to even draft him in the 5th round. Had nothing to do with X's and O's and wins and losses. Shedeur is a brand. Yes, he's a great quarterback. Yes, he can eventually be a gold jacket Hall of Famer, but he's also bigger than that. Today's athletes are by far greater than that. Thus, the NILs and all that. These people are walking corporate industries before they even take a single snap. And the conglomerate experts of this marketing genius, they knew that. They saw the value in Shedeur. Jimmy Haslam never wanted Deion Sanders in the building. I mean, he said it and echoed it to everybody. Let me see if I can find that receipt before I carried on. He shared those sentiments with everybody watching. Why would you do this and say this about a player that's supposed to be a future face of your team, right? Am I the one tripping? It's like Shedeur Sanders is wanted merely just for being a good guy. Am I lying about this? Your own owner comes out and says this about you, bro. And I can't find the receipt right now, but I uploaded the receipt on almost every single one of the videos I've been releasing so everybody can remember what the truth is about that situation. He doesn't like him and he doesn't want him. Don't put that on BlessOne. The owner never seen fit to look at Shedeur as one of their owns. Browns owner knew what this was about. Jimmy never looked at Shedeur as this talent that you guys thought it was. And unfortunately, a lot of people are falling for the semantics. A lot of people are really thinking that he has a fair chance. So any guys like me who speaks up and expose this, we're complaining. We're talking too much. But at the end of the day, listen to me. Listen to me. And now they're trying to limit his shine and hide him behind guys who don't even have the skill set. I mean, it's sabotage in plain sight when Uber drivers like Dylan Gabriel and future insurance salesmen at Allstate, such as a Kenny Pickett, in the next 3 years, trust me, it'll ring the bell. Not even a journeyman, even though he looks like one, but it's in plain sight. Now, Shedeur's massive impact, that's the reason that's making people feel insecure? But here's what they can't hide. The streets love Shedeur. Our communities with the brothers and sisters, the suburbs, melanated folks, Mayo people, everybody is buying in. Shedeur already has surpassed the 300 million in jersey sales as a rookie. And that's not just hype, that's influence, that's cultural power. He's not just a player, he's a movement. I'm telling you, the conglomerate understands this. It's a new type of player. He's a movement. And even with limited reps, he's already performed by far better in camp and preseason than Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and even though I love Joe Flacco, but even than Joe Flacco. That's a fact. And hell, even Joe Flacco loves Shedeur Sanders. I mean, who don't?
I don't know if it has an impact on much, but Shedeur's been great. I mean, he's a lot of fun to be around in those meeting rooms. And I think so far there's been, at least once in the meeting room that he's made me crack a smile. And that's what it's all about. He's a young guy trying to learn something.
I mean, that's your veteran being a veteran and not a hater like these elder reps. You get what I'm trying to teach you, man? Listen, this is the facts. That's all there is. That's facts. That's tape. That's talent that speaks louder than your biased politics. You can't get over that. Tom Brady and the NFL doubters. And for the record, I do mean Tom Brady is part of the NFL doubters. Tom Brady, like let's just be real, man. Even Brady didn't want Shedeur on the Las Vegas Raiders. He had 9 to 11 different chances to get Shedeur prior to that 5th round situation. He didn't get Shedeur at all because he didn't want him. He didn't believe. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? That's fine. We believe in Shedeur. That's fine. But when you see the situation with Shedeur and you finally understand that, when Shedeur finally understands and get acclimated to the adjustments and he gets his chance to shine, whether it's in Cleveland or somewhere else that we're hoping for, you know what I mean? A real professional team that actually wants the young man, he's going to remind them all. Just like he's done at every level that I told you earlier at the start of this video that I've been telling you for the last 5 years. High school level, college, Pop Warner. Now the pros pressure either buzz pipes or makes diamonds, and Shedeur been the bling star in the building. Am I lying? Shedeur's been the bling. You don't believe me? Shedeur's been out here walking and his presence been felt. Shedeur's been out here minding his own and the presence always been wanted. Yet they're not going to tell you that. Listen, drop a like if you believe Shedeur Sanders deserve better. Subscribe for more real commentary. I'm DJ BlessOne, the best one, signing out. Love your family, love your kids, stay blessed. Never forget Shedeur Sanders is what making the Cleveland Browns be relevant. Kevin Stefanski is lucky to have an NFL rookie such as Shedeur Sanders, and you're lucky to subscribe to I Smoke Hip Hop Live and be present with your guy, DJ BlessOne, the best one. Never forget that this is always going to be bigger than football and deeper than football. Man, hearts is always broken.